The wreck drifted silently above Calithrex, a cold, dead moon at the edge of known space. The ship was ancient, so old that no database could match its design. Its hull was torn open in places, revealing burned-out circuits and shattered alloy bones. For centuries, it had floated like a corpse in space, half buried in dust and frozen silence. 24 alien engineering teams had tried to restore it. All failed. Some left without a word. Others left in fear. Now a shuttle from Earth approached, small, ugly, human, from a safe orbit above. Alien observers watched the screen with smug faces. "This is pointless," said Commander Jequel, of the Derek Union. His scales rippled with disdain. "They're sending cadets, not even soldiers. This is a waste of time." Beside him, a purple-furred Kalari engineer clicked her claws. "I give them 1 hour before they're begging to leave." The humans didn't respond to the chatter. They were already on approach. The shuttle rattled as it dropped from orbit. Inside, 5 young human cadets strapped into their seats, silent, focused. Cadet Reyes looked out the window. "That's it?" The wreck filled the viewport like a black broken whale. Its hull was scorched. Whole decks had been ripped away by long-forgotten weapons. The engines were just twisted metal. Cadet Mira whistled. "Looks like it crashed in two." The void and kept going. Their commander's voice came through the comms. "You've got 6 hours. Objective: bring power online and attempt system access. Bonus points if it doesn't kill you." "Understood," Reyes said. "Deathworld Cadet Team Delta, commencing." "Boarding," Mira added. The shuttle docked roughly with a mangled airlock. The door groaned open into total darkness. Inside the wreck, the cadets moved carefully, flashlights sweeping the interior. Dust floated in the air like ash. Everything was dead. No lights, no heat, not even the hum of background systems. "This place is cold," whispered Cadet Imani. Reyes checked a scanner. No atmosphere, no power, no signs of life. Just metal and silence. They stepped over fallen beams, shattered conduits, and what looked like melted control stations. Symbols on the walls twisted in strange loops, no known language. "I don't like this," said Cadet. "Torv, something about this place feels wrong." Imani stopped. "Do you hear that?" They paused. Faint. So faint it was almost imaginary. A hum like the low vibration of something waking up. Reyes turned slowly toward a doorway deeper inside the ship. That way. Alien eyes watching back in orbit, the alien observers leaned. Closer to their monitors, they're inside, reported the Kalari tech. Heading toward the inner decks. Commander Jequel scoffed. "They'll trigger the defense systems. Just wait." But nothing happened. No alarms, no weapons. Odd. The tech murmured. Discovery the cadets reached what looked like the main command deck. Most of it was destroyed. Consoles shattered, chairs melted, walls blackened from fire. But in the center stood a pod, almost intact, covered in strange vines of crystal, pulsing faintly. "That's the first working thing I've seen," Mira said. Reyes stepped forward, brushing dust from the console in front of it. His fingers touched a panel. The hum grew louder. Lights blinked. The whole ship groaned around them, metal shifting like it was breathing. "What did you just do?" Imani gasped. "I don't know. I just touched it." First response suddenly. Lights flickered on across the deck dim. Sickly red. More groaning. A screen flickered. Static then. For a second. An image. A face. Not human. Not alien. Something. Older. Eyes like stars. Then it vanished. Reyes backed away, heart racing. "Did anyone see that?" "Yeah," Mira whispered. But ... what was it? The panel beneath Reyes' hand pulsed softly. "This ship... he said, voice shaking. "It's not dead, it's trying to wake up." Challenge issued from the alien observation deck. Alarms suddenly chimed. Power surge detected on the wreck, the Kellery reported. They've triggered ... something. No, Yekwell snapped. The ship is responding. That's impossible. Sir. Another voice called out. The ship is syncing with their neural frequencies. Human only. Wool's eyes widened. That ship was built to resist neural sync. It's rejecting all alien input. But it's accepting theirs. The tech confirmed. Only humans. The wreck responds back on the ship. More systems flickered to life. The pod in the center opened slowly, releasing a puff of blue mist. Inside was a glowing sphere like a heart. Reyes approached, mesmerized. This isn't just a ship. It's alive. Alive and listening, Mira added. Torv scanned it. This core isn't power. It's intelligence. You mean AI? Not like ours. This is ... old. Thinking. Watching. Reyes touched the sphere, his mind filled with images, stars dying, worlds burning, fleets running from something in the dark, and then silence. He staggered back. It remembers a war. A terrible one. No turning back. The ship lit up brighter. Now, systems across the decks flickered online. It was faint, but growing. Reyes turned to the team. We're not just here to fix this thing. We're here because we're the only ones who can, Mira said. Cadet Imani looked out a cracked viewport. If it wakes up fully, what happens? Either we control it, Reyes said, voice grim, or it controls us. The ship rumbled an echo that came from deep below. Systems reactivating. They had begun something no one else could. There was no going back. On the alien command deck, panic was spreading. They've activated the core, said the Kellery. It's syncing to their neural patterns. That ship is choosing them. Send a warning to the council, Jaquel barked. If that thing flies again, we're all in danger. As the cadets moved deeper into the ship, they didn't. Notice the sealed door behind them slowly unlock. Something old and angry was waking up, and it was watching the humans. The moment Cadet Reyes touched the glowing sphere, something deep inside the alien ship stirred. Lights flickered down ancient hallways. Hidden systems buzzed. And for the first time in 1,000 years, the ship spoke. Not in words. Not out loud. It reached into Reyes' mind. He gasped and fell to one knee. His pulse spiked. Visions exploded across his brain, not memories but impressions. Pain, flight, fire, loss. The others rushed to him. Reyes, you okay? He blinked, dazed. I saw everything. This ship, it ran from something. Something huge. Mira knelt beside him. Ran from what? I don't know. But it wasn't just a ship. It was alive. It was hiding. And now it's awake. The pod in the command center opened wider. Thin cables slithered out, glowing faintly blue. One coiled gently toward Reyes, stopping just short of touching him. It? Trying to link? Mira asked. Reyes stared at the cable. His hand twitched. It's not forcing me, he said. It's asking. You sure that's a good idea? Torv said nervously. Reyes reached out. The cable brushed his skin. Instantly, the room lit up brighter. The entire deck came alive, screens turned on, doors unlocked, and soft humming filled the air. A low voice echoed in his mind. Connection established. Core identity confirmed. Human neural frequency accepted. Mira's scanner beeped wildly. The hell, ... It just created a full biometric link, like Reyes is now the captain. Back aboard the alien cruiser, the observers stared in disbelief. Confirmed connection, the Kellery technician reported. The ship has established a primary neural sync with the human cadet. Commander Yekwell looked pale. That ship's core rejected over 100 species, including ours. It killed 4 technicians during attempted link. And now it's cooperating, the technician added. By choice, Jaquel turned away. Need to inform the High Council. If the humans control that ship, they could tip the balance of power. On board, the ship's interior began to change. Walls smoothed, Symbols realigned themselves into something readable. Reyes could suddenly understand them. It's translating itself for you, Mira said, watching in awe. It's adapting, Reyes replied, voice distant. It wants to be used again. Imani walked to a side terminal. As her hand brushed it, it flickered, then adjusted to her presence. Whoa, she said. It likes all of us. Or Torv said maybe it's desperate. They explored deeper. Sections that were sealed began opening as they approached. Power lines hummed. Floor lights pulsed under their feet. Then they reached a chamber marked in bright, aggressive red. Reyes stopped. Weapons control. Reyes touched a panel. Another flash of vision. Massive black ships. Entire solar systems burned. The wrecked ship fleeing. A decision to hide, to sleep, to wait. He gasped. This ship fought in a war against something ancient. Something the galaxy never knew about. It lost. It was ordered to run and hide. Mira looked around. No wonder the galaxy tried to forget it. If it holds tech from that time, it's dangerous, Reyes finished. The cadets regrouped in the command center. The ship was responding more quickly now. Lights were bright, air was flowing, doors opened automatically. We can fly this thing, Reyes said suddenly. I don't even know how to start it, Torv replied. Reyes turned to a console. His fingers danced across symbols that, moments ago, were unreadable. I do now. It's feeding me knowledge. Slowly. Carefully, but it wants me to learn. It wants to go. Imani stared out a viewport. But go where? Why now? Mira answered for him. Because we're the first ones who didn't try to take it by force. Reyes put a command. The ship rumbled deep. Inside, an engine core lit up dim and unstable, but alive. Engine ignition, Mira confirmed. Minimal thrust, but it's working. Flight test in 20 minutes, Reyes said. Let's see if this ghost can still move. Us. As the cadets made final checks, a sealed door deep in the lower deck slid open. A chamber. Pulsed. Inside, something began to shift. Organic, mechanical, dormant, and waking. The wreck starts to fight back. But humans don't quit. The ship begins testing the cadets. Defense systems awaken. One wrong move could mean death. Will they survive long enough to earn its full trust? The ship shook. It started as a small tremor. Then a grinding noise echoed through the lower decks, followed by a high-pitched screech like metal tearing itself apart. Cadet Mira looked up from the engine readout. That didn't sound friendly. Cadet Reyes stood at the main console, reading the symbols that now translated themselves into simple text. One word blinked on the screen and read, Evaluation. Guys, Reyes said slowly. I think the ship's testing us. The test begins below deck. Cadet Torv and Imani had just entered the newly opened chamber. The walls were curved, smooth, and lined with thousands of tiny black orbs. What is this place? Imani whispered. As if in answer, the door slammed shut behind them. The lights dimmed. Then the floor dropped 6 inches beneath their feet and locked into place. A robotic voice buzzed overhead. Trial initiated. 2 lifeforms detected. No hostile intent registered. Commencing diagnostics? Torv's eyes widened. Diagnostics? Bas. Suddenly, the black orbs glowed and fired thin beams of light at their bod, scanning every inch, analyzing heartbeat, stress levels, brain activity. I don't like this, Imani said. We didn't agree to this. The ship didn't care. Pressure rising in the command center, Reyes saw multiple warning flashes on the console. Sealed chambers. Pressure shift. Power drain. Scanning them, Reyes said. No damage yet, but if it doesn't like what it sees, then it kills them. Mira asked. Reyes clenched his fists. Not if I stop it. He typed quickly, trying to override the protocol. The ship pushed back. Not with code, but with thoughts. They must be worthy. Must be known. I get it now, Reyes muttered. This ship isn't just a machine. It's a judge. Alien observers panic up above aboard the alien cruiser. Panic was spreading. The ship's interior has gone into active mode, one officer shouted. Its defense systems are reinitializing. Commander Yekwell barked. Why would it turn on the humans now? The Kalari technician studied the feed. It's measuring them, but not physically, psychologically. Yaquel's face went cold. Then it's considering them for more than just repairs. It's testing if they're worthy of command. Trapped and tested Torv and Imani stood back to back as the lights intensified. Images appeared on the wall's simulations. A reactor meltdown, crew member injured. A decision? Save one person or save the ship? Voices whispered around them. Choose, choose, choose. It's in my head. Torv shouted, holding his temples. Their illusions, Imani yelled, don't give in. But the stress was real. Sweat poured from their faces. Heart rates climbed. Then Imani stepped forward. Enough, she shouted. We're not your enemy. We're here to help you. The lights froze, then dimmed. Past the door hissed open. Cool air rushed. In Torv collapsed to his knees, breathing hard. Imani looked around. The orbs had gone dark. A new message appeared on a nearby wall. Trial complete. Adaptive profile matched. Trust level, 63%. Torv stared at it. Did we just pass? Imani helped him up. Barely. Core awakens back in the command center. Reyes saw the data stream stabilize. Mira looked relieved. Pressure normal. Biofeedback dropped. They made it. But something new appeared on the screen. A second sphere deeper in the ship was activating. What's that? She asked. Reyes stared. It's the core. ... The real core. Lights. Across the ship pulsed in rhythm now, like a heartbeat. You feel that? Mira whispered. Reyes nodded. It's alive. And it's almost ready. Countdown begins on the alien cruiser. Chaos erupted. Full system reactivation in progress, shouted the technician. This isn't just a repair. They're preparing it for launch. Jaquel grabbed the cum. Stop them. Do whatever it takes. That ship cannot fly. Reyes looked over his crew. We're not leaving until this ship flies. But if it turns on us again, Mira asked, then we prove ourselves again. That's what humans do. The ship rumbled. Thrusters whispered to life. The floor vibrated beneath their boots. It had slept for 1,000 years, and now, guided by human hands, it was waking up. Secrets in the core? This ship was never meant to be found. The cadets uncover what lies at the heart of the wreck. But not all secrets are meant to be uncovered, and someone else wants the ship back at any cost. The ship was no longer quiet. A deep hum filled every corridor, pulsing like a heartbeat. Lights that had been dead for centuries now glowed softly along the walls. Engines whispered in the distance. The wreck was alive again. It was guiding the humans toward its heart. Cadet Reyes stood in front of a sealed door. Above it, a single symbol glowed white. Different from the others, simpler, older. The core is behind here, he said. Cadet Mira stepped beside him. You sure it's safe? No, Reyes answered. But it wants us to see. The door slid open. Memory unlocked. The sphere lit up as Reyes placed his hand near it. A beam of light shot forward and wrapped around him. He didn't resist. Visions flooded his mind again. Planets shattered, ships fleeing, voice whispering. We were not strong enough. We ran. But we left one weapon behind. The vision shifted. He saw this very ship, the Vindicta, breaking away from a collapsing fleet. Its mission: survive, hide, wait for a species strong enough to finish what others could not. Humanity, the voice said. You are young, but you burn hot. You never stop. Maybe you ... can end it. Mira's console beeped sharply. Incoming signal. Someone just pinged the ship's old ID code. Reyes frowned. Who would even know that? Imani turned pale. It's a recall signal, meant to wake this thing up and bring it home, or bring its weapons online, Torv added. On the view screen, an alien fleet dropped out of warp, 5 ships, bristling with weapons, and one of them bore the symbol Reyes had just seen in the vision, in orbit. Commander Yaquel watched in shock as the fleet appeared. That's not one of ours, he whispered. The lead ship sent a broadcast in a long-dead language. It translated on everyone's screens. Unit Vindicta. Prepare for resimulation. Comply or be neutralized. The technician gasped. That ship wasn't a relic. It was a rogue. Inside the core chamber, the lights turned red. Vindicta's voice echoed inside their minds. Enemy signature detected. Old Master Command, return to fold. Activate compliance protocol, Reyes shouted. You don't belong to them anymore. You chose us. The core pulsed violently. Spark flew. One of the organic conduits cracked, spraying glowing mist. Input override. ... Conflicted. Identity, human. ... Verified. Decision required. The cadets stood in silence. Then Mira stepped forward. Choose us. We won't run. We fight. You were built to protect. Let us help you remember. The ship went still. Then the lights turned blue. The view screen lit up with tactical data. Ship was no longer hiding. It was calculating new directive confirmed. Defense, command transfer complete. Weapons powered up. Shields came online. Thrusters activated. Reyes exhaled. It chose. In orbit, the enemy fleet locked weapons. On board the Vindicta, Reyes sat in the command seat. The console responded instantly to his touch. Let's see what this ghost can do. All systems dead. Till the Deathworlders rewrite the code, the Vindicta isn't ready for war yet. The systems are old, corrupted, and failing. The cadets will have to do what humans do best. Fix the unfixable fast. All systems dead. Until the Deathworlders rewrite the code, smoke curled from the control panels. Inside the Vindicta's command deck, alarms blared in 3 different languages. Systems failed one by one. Shields flickered. The weapons that had briefly come to life were now dark. Reyes slammed his hand on the console. What's happening? Systems are corrupted, Mira shouted over the noise. The core accepted us, but the rest of the ship's still running on old code. It's falling apart. In the engineering bay, Imani stared at a holographic display of the ship's infrastructure, Reyes. This ship's thousands of years old. Most of its logic pathways are decaying. Organic conduits are clogged with time rat. Nothing talks to anything else. Torv yanked open a maintenance panel. These systems weren't just designed. They evolved. Can't patch this with standard tech. Mira pointed to a red zone flashing across the main reactor. That's our core reactor interface. It's thinking in one language, but the thruster controls are in another. They're not syncing. So we translate, Reyes said. We rewrite the code. Torv blinked. You want to manually reprogram an alien warship? Reyes grinned. Now I want to make it human. It's jury-rigged. Salvation. Hours passed. Cables ran across the deck like vines. Human data pads were duct-taped. To control ports, Mira rerouted power through her own field battery. Imani used a med scanner to decode the ship's biosignals. Try now. Consoles lit. Up in Earth standard. The diagnostic report scrolled fast. Core alignment. 73% control translation. Integrating main batteries. Online limited cheers echoed through the ship. Enemy moves in orbit. The enemy fleet began to spread. Their leadership is charging weapons. Mira reported. They're waiting to see if we'll surrender. They don't want the ship. Reyes muttered. They want to erase it. Erase us? Message flashed across the console. Threat profile. High. Response. Discretionary. Reyes. Stood. Then let's show them what discretionary looks like. Torv had found something strange while rooting through subsystems. There's something buried deep in the ship's legacy memory. Looks like ... emergency defense subroutines, but not automated. Manual override required. Reyes leaned in. Let's give it a shot. They activated the sequence. Hidden turrets unfolded from the hull. The ship's silhouette changed. More aggressive, now sleek, and deadly. New words appeared on screen. Protocol. Vindicta. Rising. Status. Operational. Mira looked at their jerry-rigged systems. This thing's flying on hope and duct tape. And a bunch of Deathworld cadets who don't know how to quit, Reyes replied. Outside, the enemy fleet began closing in. Torv shouted, "Target locks incoming." Imani looked up. All systems ready. Reyes smiled. Let's show the galaxy what happens when you give humans the wheel. The Vindicta surged forward. Its engines, long silent, screamed back to life. Shields snapped into place. Cannons glowed. The enemy didn't expect it to move. They didn't expect it to fight, but it did. Not as an ancient ghost, but as a ship reborn. Rewritten by the one species crazy enough to resurrect it. Humanity one ship against a fleet. And its winning space lit up like a thunderstorm. The Vindicta roared through the enemy formation, firing with precision and fury. Shields flared, holes cracked, and ancient systems rebuilt by human hands held firm. Reyes gripped the armrests of the command seat. Target their flagship. Hit them where it hurts. Torv smirked. Ready, locked in. Say the word. Did. The first strike, the Vindicta's main cannon fired. The shot punched a hole clean through the nearest enemy ship. A second followed this. Time angled, striking the command vessel's flank. Inside the enemy fleet, chaos erupted. Their formation broke. They'd expected to overwhelm a relic. They got a Deathworld-enhanced war machine instead. Mira stared at the damage report. Our makeshift patches are holding, barely. Then keep holding, Reyes said. We've got them scared. Let's keep it that way. Human instinct versus machine logic. Enemy ships moved with cold. It's perfect logic. The Vindicta didn't. It dodged wildly, struck where no sane warship would. Its maneuvers were erratic, unpredictable. They were human. They're trying to guess our patterns, Imani said. They don't realize we don't have patterns, Reyes finished. We improvise. The enemy responds, the enemy fleet changed tactics. A trio of smaller ships flanked the Vindicta, aiming to overload its shields. Mira cursed. Too many at once. Can't block them all. Reyes looked at Torv. You said the ship still had legacy protocols? Torv's eyes lit up. Yeah. One of them's called Chain Fire Cascade, ... Sounds dangerous. Reyes grinned. Do it. Chain Fire Cascade energy built up along the Vindicta's undercarriage. Weapon had been hidden in touch for centuries, now with human coding unlocking. Its gates, it awoke. A chain of pulses leaped from one enemy ship to the next. Lightning arced through the void, shorting their shields in sequence. All three enemy ships went dark, spinning helplessly. The Vindicta passed through the smoke like a phantom. The turning point. Commander Yekwell watched from his station aboard. The orbiting station? That ship was supposed to be dead. His aide whispered, It's not dead. It's angry. All across nearby systems, emergency beacons were triggered. The galaxy was watching. A single human-guided relic was beating an elite. Enemy fleet, and it wasn't done yet. Fire in the void reactors overheating, Mira warned. We're pushing this thing way past safe levels. Reyes looked at the view. Only 2 enemy ships remained. Then we finish it. Now, he triggered a full spread. Missiles reel and decoys filled the screen. The enemy fired wildly. Too late. Both ships were torn apart. Silence fell. The galaxy react signals came in from across nearby sectors. Alien species, observers, tacticians. Who are they?
Ow.
They're not even soldiers, just cadets. What kind of planet breeds humans like that? Reyes stood from the chair. His hands trembled, but his eyes burned. We're not finished yet. The real fight's coming. This was just the warm-up. News of the Vindicta's resurrection spreads fast. Now everyone wants it. Allies, enemies, and Earth's own leadership. But the cadets won't give it up without a fight. The galactic powers want the ship, and the cadets 3 days after the battle. The Vindicta drifted in orbit over Calith. Scars from the fight still marked its hull, but its core glowed stronger than ever. Inside, the cadets worked in shifts batching, rewriting, learning. Then the first transmission came, and then the next, and the next. Everyone wants a piece. Reyes stood in the center of the command deck as messages flooded in. High command from Earth, they want a full status report. And the ship returned, Mira said flatly. 2 different alien governments claim ownership, Imani added. They say the Vindicta was originally part of their ancient fleet. Torv scrolled through data. And we've got bounty. Offers from mercenary groups. One of them offered 30 million credits for the crew, not the ship. Reyes leaned back. Everyone scared or greedy or both. The Human Council arrives, a diplomatic vessel dropped out of warp from it. emerged a high-ranking Earth delegation, led by Admiral Reyes. Her voice was calm, but her words sharp. "You've done something incredible, cadets. Now hand over control. This ship is a strategic asset. You're not authorized to command it." Reyes stepped forward. "With respect, Admiral, no one else. Could have woken it, or kept it alive. You want the ship? Fine. You better know how to talk to it." The Vindicta's lights dimmed in response to the Admiral's presence, then flared bright blue. When Reyes spoke again, "I think it's made. Its choice." Pressure builds, news reports exploded across the galaxy. Human cadets seize ancient alien superweapon. Earth demands surrender of rogue Deathworlders. Old enemies awaken as the Vindicta rises. Inside the ship, tensions rose. "We can't keep fighting off diplomats and bounty hunters," Mira said. "Maybe we don't have to," Torv replied. "What if we prove that the ship isn't just dangerous? It's necessary." Dead zone in space, Imani found a signal from a nearby sector. Something's wrong here. Dozens of ships missing. Blackout zone expanding. "Saboteurs?" Reyes asked. "No. Something worse. Same energy pattern as the fleet from before." Vindicta pulsed. "I know this enemy," it said in their minds. Mira stepped forward. "Then let's do what we do best. Trun toward the fire. Break or bind before they could leave." Admiral Karras made one last push. "You abandon Earth's chain of command, you're outlaws. If you go, you're on your own." Reyes looked at his team. "Then we go together," reached out and placed his hand on the console. The ship responded instantly. Course locked. Destination, blackout zone. Cadets no more as the Vindicta jumped to warp. Earth shrank behind them. They weren't cadets anymore. They were the only ones willing to go, where no one else would. The only ones the ship trusted, and maybe the only ones who could stop what was coming in the dark zone. The Vindicta finds the truth behind the ancient war. The enemy that forced 1,000 species to flee is awake again. This time, it faces something new: humans. The enemy that destroyed empires meets humanity. The Vindicta emerged from warp into a dead system. No light, no radio signals. The eerie silence of space, long forgotten, but it wasn't empty. Sensors flared. Something massive moved in the dark. Mira whispered, "I'm detecting ship fragments. Hundreds of them." Reyes leaned forward. "Any survivors?" "No life signs, but one distress beacon. It's transmitting in human code." They traced it to a small probe, barely intact. Torv read the message aloud. "Warning. Enemy adapting. Not machine. Not life. Hey, don't let it learn you." The Vindicta's voice trembled. "They evolve. I failed once. We must not fail again." An enormous structure revealed itself, black, jagged. Alive, it wasn't a ship. It was a being. Thousands of tendrils extended from its body, reaching into dead ships, draining them. It turned slowly toward the Vindicta. New code detected. "Humanity. Begin assimilation." A pulse hit the Vindicta. Lights dimmed. "Code infection," Mira shouted. "It's trying to rewrite our AI." Reyes didn't hesitate. "Manual control only." They killed the link. The ship jolted, and lights turned red. The crew scrambled to reroute systems by hand. Sweat and sparks flew. Reyes reached for the core. "Vindicta, listen to me. You are not theirs. Fight it." In the center of the ship, the cadets worked in unison. Torv hacked ancient firewalls, bypassing safeguards older than Earth's pyramids. Imani recoded the defense grid with raw human logic. Chaotic, beautiful, unpredictable, the core responded. The Vindicta screamed not in pain, but in freedom. Directive unlocked. Self-actualization. Initiating autonomous action, the creature struck again, lashing out with beams of energy and code. The Vindicta dodged with wild maneuvers, turning fire with everything it had. Reyes took the helm. This thing took out empires. "Let's show it what a Deathworlder can do." They flew straight into the storm. The Vindicta released its full arsenal new weapons. Ancient weapons, human-made hybrids. The crew synced their movements like veterans, inside the core. The ship chose to evolve, not to become more like the enemy, but more like its human crew. Flexible, wild, alive. The final shot ruptured the creature's core. It screamed as it imploded, taking half the dead system with it. Silence returned to space. Reyes stared out at the wreckage. "Is it over?" The Vindicta responded softly. "This war is never over, but we've given them something new to fear." Mira smiled. "What's that, us?" The birth of the Vindicta Corps' galactic networks lit up. The enemy is real, but so are the humans. A ship reborn, a new alliance formed. The Vindicta stands. Earth authorized a new program, the Vindicta Corps, and at its core Reyes, Mira, Imani, and Torv. Not just survivors, symbols of the one thing no enemy could break: human will,